Good afternoon, it's 5:30. I'd like to declare open the council meeting of Monday the 27th of July 2026. In accordance with the Local Government Act of 1993, Cowra Council is live streaming and recording this meeting and will upload the recording to Council's website. By speaking at this meeting, you agree to being live streamed and recorded and having that recording published in the public domain. Please ensure that when you speak at council meetings, you are respectful to others and use appropriate language at all times. Cowra Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this meeting. We acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land on which we gather, the Wiradjuri people, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. I have apologies from Councillor Erin Watt on leave, Councillor Peter Wright attending a conference, and Councillor Cheryl Speechley who has work commitments. Can I have a motion that we accept those apologies, please? Thank you, Councillor Fagan. Councillor Horton. Thank you, Councillor Fagan. Councillor Horton.
No, not required. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Fagan, write a reply.
Not necessary, thank you.
Put the motion. All those in favour? Thank you. 1.4 disclosures of interest. Councillors and staff, please indicate in relation to any interest you need to declare. A, what report or item you are declaring an interest in. B, whether the interest is pecuniary or non-pecuniary. And C, what is the nature of the interest. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'll declare a pecuniary interest in item 3.4, the two draft planning proposals to amend the Cowra LEP. As I own a property in West Cowra, I will leave the chamber. Thank you.
No others? Okay, thank you. We have no presentations. We have one member of the public who has registered with the General Manager's office to speak, Ms Steph Bacon, who will speak on item 6.2, development application number 10.2026.50.1, being lot 101 DP 10892702089, Darby's Falls Road, Darby's Falls, continued use of outdoor recreation facility, an equestrian arena and future arena lighting, lodged by S.A. McKillop. The property owner is J.S. Bacon and S.A. McKillop. I will call the speaker by name and ask that you introduce yourself and allow time for any councillor or member of staff, if they have declared an interest, to leave the room. Each speaker will have a maximum of 5 minutes. I'd now like to call on Ms Bacon. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and councillors. Thank you for the opportunity to speak again tonight, and thank you for the constructive feedback and guidance you provided at the previous council meeting. We genuinely appreciated the time taken to consider our application and identify areas where improvements could be made. Following that meeting, we met with council staff to discuss your concerns in detail. As a result, we have made a number of significant changes to simplify the development application and further minimise any potential impacts on our neighbours. In line with Council's recommendations, we have reduced both the proposed opening hours and the number of events and participants. We have also reduced the overall scope of the development by removing the proposed amenities block from the application. Instead, for any event where more than 50 people are expected to attend, we will hire portable toilets as required. To further improve the visual amenity of the site, we have also committed to planting additional screening trees to fill the existing gaps along the roadside. We believe these changes demonstrate our willingness to work collaboratively with Council and the community. Our aim has always been to create a low-impact facility that provides a valuable community benefit while respecting our rural neighbours and the surrounding environment. Thank you again for your consideration, we respectfully ask for your support of the amended application. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions of Ms Bacon? Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, item 2, I'll now take a motion to confirm the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 22nd of June 2026. Councillor Kiss, Councillor Fagan. Councillor Kiss?
Not necessary, thank you.
Councillor Fagan?
Not necessary, thank you.
Anyone else wish to comment? Right of reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
Put the motion. All those in favour? Pass. Thank you. The General Committee's recommendations from Monday the 13th of July. 3.1, the Local Government General Amendment for Meetings Regulation of 2026. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Downing. Councillor Kiss.
Mr Mayor, look, we did speak at length in this in our General Committee meeting. It is very important, but I won't rehash. I could only say exactly what I had at the first meeting. Thank you.
Councillor Downing. Anyone else wish to comment? Right of reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Pass. Thanks. 3.2 is Section 355 Committee Minutes plus the AGM minutes of the Australian chapter of the World Peace Bell Association. Councillor Downing. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Downing.
Yes, we did discuss this at length and we got a nice little report in the paper too, so thank you to Cowra for that. It was lovely to read the words that we said in here about, especially Mr Brown. He rang and said thank you, so that was amazing. So yeah, just the new committee and just planning for Peace Day in September, the Youth Peace Forum. So that's, I think we all said it before.
Thank you, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
Anyone else wish to comment? Put the motion. All those in favour? Right of reply. I'm taking that you don't need a right of reply. I'm overstepping the mark here. Thank you. All those in favour? All right. Okay, 3.3, donation request from the Cowra High School hosting an intercultural exchange visit. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Downing. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I won't say much more other than this is a very worthwhile initiative and I'm incredibly pleased to support this donation request. Thank you.
Councillor Downing.
Agree with Councillor Kiss and very excited for Cowra High School to have this visit and find out what happens afterwards.
We'll have a few young people find out what's over the mountains. They've never been over before, so they'll find out what's over here. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Fagan.
Can I just comment and say maybe in the recommendation we could mention who we're hosting? I know it was on the original application. It just says hosting on behalf of Cowra High School. I just think if we put in the name, who are, I can't remember.
It's the
Muslim
High School in Islamic College of Sport is the correct term, and I think it's at Greenacre.
So it would be great to have that in the recommendation if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Are you happy with that? Yeah.
You, okay. Mover and seconder, happy with that? Very good. Thank you. Right of reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour?
Aye.
Pass. Thank you. 3.2, the draft planning proposals aiming to amend the Cowra Local Environmental Plan of 2012 by removing servicing restrictions and changing the minimum lot size provisions for land in West Cowra and East Cowra that is currently zoned R5 large lot residential. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Downing. Councillor Fagan.
This is a very, the start of a very long process that we have begun last year with our draft plan, housing strategy, and these are the recommendations, or two of the recommendations from that housing strategy, which was put on public exhibition. This is a start to go back to the planning department and ask them if they would rezone, change our local environmental plan from 2012. It's now 2026, so I think it's time we actually did look at planning for the future. I think this is also involved in our integrated water cycling management plan, which is massive and later on in this document. But I think it's all about planning for the future. It's all about offering our residents places to live, opportunities to have housing in areas that already are serviced by some water and some sewerage, and we're not promising the world, but it will allow us to provide those services to some of these areas without too much fuss. And I think it's important that we actually increase our population size. It has, we only have probably 10 places for rent at the moment and about 6 places for sale, residential places for sale. So I think it's really important. There's obviously a need for this type of activity, and we need to be the leaders in this area. So I'm very happy that we put these planning proposals on to the planning department and get this all underway. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Downing.
Yes, just to reiterate what Councillor Fagan said, this is just a really small part of a really large plan of working towards where we want to go with our housing strategy. So yeah, I'm happy to support this to go forward.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Fagan, write a reply.
Not necessary, I don't think.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? A show of hands, please. Passed. Thank you. 3.5. Wait her back in. Uh, 3.5 is development application that's going to be dealt with at 6.2 further in the meeting. So I'd ask that councillors just note that that one is there and be dealt with later tonight. Can I have a motion that we note that? Thanks, Councillor Kiss. Councillor Fagan, thank you. Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
Councillor Fagan.
Not necessary.
Anyone else wish to comment? Write a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank
Put
you.
the motion. All those in favour? Thank you. Passed. 3.6 is the Section 355 Committee draft minutes of the Environmental Sustainability Committee meeting held on the 18th of May 2026. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Fagan.
I'm sorry, I was a bit confused because we've just had another meeting, and it's further on in this committee, and I'm thinking, oh, that doesn't come up so quickly. These are the minutes of our meeting in May, which I didn't attend, but Councillor Wright spoke about it at the committee meeting, and we've got some things happening, and one of those things is later on in the next lot of minutes. So I'll just pass those if you would. Thank you.
Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
Anyone else wish to comment? Write a reply, Councillor Fagan. Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Pass. Thank you. 3.7 is development application number 102008.81.2 lot 510 DP 1257070 being 125 North Logan Road, Cowra. 4.55 modification to continuation and expansion of extractive industry to extend the extraction area, increase extraction rate. Mod 1, the Cowra Sand and Quartz Quarry, lodged by Benedict Industries Proprietary Limited. The property owner is Mullian Proprietary Limited. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Fagan, thank you. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We did speak quite extensively at the General Committee meeting. I will say, though, that as a DA, just to add to it, that I believe it's been well assessed, and obviously the owner has found that it's going to be productive, and it's already a successful business, so they're intending to extend the extraction area and depth. They've been appropriately mitigated by extending the bund around the area as well. I think it's a great DA, and I wish the business all the best. I know that they're quite a feather in our cap in the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Fagan.
Yes, I think the assessment was well done, and I was very impressed with how big the actual development is without being too fussy. You don't actually notice it that much with it, and it's really quite big. So I think they do a good job, and we can't move it anywhere else. It doesn't actually happen anywhere else. It's got to happen there. So even though it's close to town, it's actually well managed, and I think it's a good development application to approve, and I congratulate them.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Write a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Passed. Thank you. 3.8 was the councillor information request. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Downing, thank you. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This is just housekeeping. It ensures transparency in the councillor communications with the staff post the agenda having been published. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Downing. Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Passed. Thank you. 4.1 is the release of closed decisions. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Kiss.
I was just a tad too quick then. Sorry, Councillor Horton. There are occasions when we have to keep meetings confidential for certain purposes, and this is simply announcing that we will be releasing the decisions that were made on the closed council of the meeting of the 22nd of June. Thank you.
Councillor Fagan.
As Councillor Kiss says, these are acceptance for tenders that would be commercially in confidence, so we have to decide those things outside the public arena, inside our council chamber and without public. But we do have to release those decisions after a certain amount of time, so this is what we've been doing here. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Passed. Thank you. 4.2 is the investments and financial report. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Horton. Thank you. Councillor Fagan.
I'll relieve Councillor Kiss, and we're all very short tonight, so we'll have to step up. Just to say that, as always, this is a good report. We are lucky that we do have substantial investments, although they are not for spending. Unfortunately, they are our investments of quite a lot of money, when I can look at it, actually is restricted funds, and we do have a lot of money invested, which is great for our bank balance, $34 million, but most of that is restricted in and has to be spent in certain areas within the council area. So it's also good to note that we do have a very high return on our investment, which is well managed. So that's really good. It's better than the RBA cash rate. So we're very pleased with that. And we also are gradually or very competently receiving rates and collecting our rates and arrears. So that seems to be good news all around, and I congratulate the Director. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Horton.
Yeah, thanks, Mr Mayor. Just a quick mention, as we have in the past, I think it's always worth mentioning and thanking ratepayers for getting their rates paid. It helps us, obviously, to function and provide services, but certainly in times where money's pretty tight, it can be more difficult. So I'm certainly grateful to the team that engage with ratepayers, but also ratepayers themselves for getting those rates paid. So we continue to manage that very effectively, which I think is worth a call out. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Fagan.
Not necessary, thank you.
Put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Passed. Thank you. 4.3 is a donation request for the 2026 National Veteran Rally. Councillor Cove. Councillor Horton. Councillor Cove. Cave, sorry.
That's okay.
Can't read my own writing.
It's nice to see that we can do the donations and for the local people in the town, and I agree to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Horton.
Yeah, thanks, Mr Mayor. Look, this is not an insignificant requirement, $2,500, but in terms of a council our size and the donations we make to different things, it's not an insignificant request. We obviously make donations in the hundreds of dollars sometimes. But this is a well put together request. We've got a number of entrants here 150 different participants with 80 different entrants. Obviously, then that attracts people that are interested in the cars themselves, and there's a bit of associated tourism, what have you. They're talking about moving around to different villages around Cowra as well, so there'll be a spend here locally, but also in the villages. So I'm happy to support this one, even though it's not an insignificant request, but I think we'll make that back. Certainly in terms of the local spend, I think it's a really good thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Fagan?
Yeah, this is actually, you're right, Councillor Horton, it is large. $2,500 out of our Section 356 donations is quite a substantial amount of money. But as you said, the Veteran Car Club of Australia has put together a really good submission, and it looks like they're going to raise money for Lifeline, as well as support the Lachlan Valley Rail and a few other local providers. And as you said, about 150 participants. It's always good to see those cars in town. It's beautiful time of the year, and it does attract a lot more outside people. I just wondered if we could make sure that they contact the Tourist Corporation. They don't seem to have acknowledged them in that application or in any of the things that have been written. I'm not sure. They probably have been talking to Tourist Corporation, but it'd be amiss of us if we didn't check to make sure that that's what they're doing, so that we have our tourism people on board. The National Trust have also given them $10,000, which is a great deal of money for the National Trust to give out, so they obviously think it's significant, and it'll be nice to get the photos of those old vehicles wandering around town. So looking forward to it, and thanks for your support.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? I'd just like to say that the thing that impressed me about this was that they're going to be here for over a week, and the accommodation, none of them are, I don't think they tow caravans with these old vehicles, so the motels, the hospitality will benefit from it greatly. They're here every night, so there will be a good return to the town, I would hope. So, Councillor Cave, write a reply.
Not required.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Pass. Thank you. Item 5.1 is the Integrated Water Cycle Management Strategy. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Horton. Thank you. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm hoping this is the longest I actually speak tonight. There are roughly 150 pages in this drafted integrated water cycle management strategy, and I wrote copious notes as I read and reread through, just trying to absorb what information I could. I'm going to say from the outset that I don't understand every section of it, and I believe that would be unreasonable, because I'm a councillor. I'm not an expert. I'm not an engineer. But I did understand the general concepts of it, and certainly support what the experts in the field are trying to say. It's comprehensive because it contains investigations and considerations and expertise of many experts across many fields. What I do understand is that this strategy is designed to explore and cater for our water cycle needs now and into the future. It's aligned with our growth strategy, regulatory authorities such as the EPA, and it explores and mitigates risk, provides for options, and ensures that our fiscal responsibility too, by balancing that against our long-term financial plan. The fact is that water and sewerage prices increases are predicted, and they are predicted to be greater than CPI, so grant funds will be needed to provide for renewed infrastructure. So we do need this sort of document, a comprehensive document, in order to be able to apply for future grants for those needs. It was also disappointing to note that the New South Wales Audit Report of 2020 advised that the Department of Planning, Industry and Environment had not been sufficiently planning for these increases of demands since at least 2014. However, at the coalface, we know that Cowra Council has been well aware of the gap, and that it was widening between the capacity of our consumers to pay and what was ultimately going to be needed for the financial upkeep and maintenance and renewal of the water treatment and the sewerage plant as well. Quite honestly, the state government just needs to take some responsibility for the local water utility costs, because we can't afford to maintain them on our own. The IWCM strategy sets out how we intend to achieve the long-term, well-functioning, affordable water and sewer system, and residents all have a right to that. this is a recommendation to be able to put this draft out on public exhibition. There's certainly more to the recommendations as well, but I would suggest to any of our residents that if there is things that they're not sure of, to get in contact, talk to our staff, and I'm certain that they'll be able to help them through the process. As I said, you know, you've got that summary, that outline of why we need it, for what purposes. Beyond that, I think is becoming a bit more of a technical expertise area. And I don't have that time to spend at uni to understand that. I just simply rely on the experts as we would expect. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Horton.
Yeah, thanks, Mr Mayor. So a couple of things. Absolutely agree with Councillor Kiss. This is a significant piece of work, and I think that's the first thing I wanted to call out is the expertise that we have available to us within our teams, certainly the director, but also people that work with him. This is a significant piece of work. To state the obvious, and for people that aren't aware, smaller councils, regional councils, have a huge amount of responsibility, and one of those is that we're the local water utility. We have to maintain, we have to have, and we have to maintain to standards our water facilities, whether that's the treatment plant, the sewage treatment plant. Larger councils, city councils don't have to deal with this. So we have all of that expertise, and we're very fortunate to have all that expertise. Going back briefly to an earlier item, the investments and finance report, we manage that tightly and we do that really effectively. But even with that tight and effective management, there is no way we could fund this type of significant infrastructure. What reports like this do is provide governments at the state and federal level, and this is not insignificant, what reports like this do is provide those other levels of government confidence that we actually know what we're doing and we can manage these utilities and these plants. So this is a significant piece of work. It's an important piece of work. I'm really glad that we're getting it out into community consultation, because it's really important for people to get an understanding that council is responsible for this. Council needs to manage this and plan for this, and we can do that. We just need some help in terms of funding it. So I'm happy to get it out on public display. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Fagan.
This used to be, we've been discussing this for nearly 20 years since I've been on council, some sort of water and sewerage infrastructure plan. And Councillor Smith used to call it the ballistic water. I don't know, it had some long-winded name she used to call it, because it was one of those. It is long. It is an integrated water cycle management strategy, and it involves our sewerage and water. And providing that for the future, it is very difficult to have a glass ball and decide how that's going to be, and it's also a very expensive thing to do. So we're talking about $96 million in 2048. Hopefully I won't be here, but I wouldn't like to be facing a $96 million bill, and also $44 million for the sewage. So it is a long-term financial plan, and we have to put it in our finances to make sure that we actually have that money in the future, and also to make sure that we don't have to slog our residents again, our ratepayers again, for providing these services all the time. It is an expensive option to provide sewerage and water. People don't think about it when they turn the tap on and flush the toilet, but it is actually a very expensive thing to do, and people complain about the water and sewerage rates, but, you know, for us to maintain those and make sure we don't have any blockages or spills or, you know, or problems, we actually have to maintain those, and that is also expensive. So I think this is a really, really important document. I'm really happy to put it out in public display, and I hope that some people will take some notice, because it is very comprehensive. It covers all our water and all our sewage all over the Shire, and that's 30 kilometres all around us. And there's a lot of different types of water and infrastructure, and a lot of different types of sewage infrastructure and all of that. And if somebody has any brilliant ideas after they've read it, then they can come back to us. But as you have both said, it is important that we rely on our very specialised staff, and also the government, New South Wales Government has given us a very good report, New South Wales Public Works. So we are relying on other people, but we can oversee it and make sure that we are planning for the future. So I just like to hope that some people will read it other than us. I have read it, as Councillor Kiss says, but I have to go back and read it again because it doesn't always make sense the first time. So just like to say we'll commend it to our community and see if they can come up with any suggestions or ideas as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? I'd just like to take a point to councillors. On page 70, there's an item there, T7, which is council to continue to lobby for continuation of government funding for the water and sewerage capital works. And it's crucial that we continue to get a 50% increase. It'd be nice to get 100%, but all the figures we've modelled are all based on a 50% subsidy, and we have to make sure the government doesn't pull the pin on that. We've got to keep lobbying them and let them know that we're on it. And I take Councillor Kiss's point of people have got to pay for the water. Page 76 shows that it will cost around 1.4% of average income, their water bill. And on page 77 there is a graph showing all the other shires around the area, and some from a long way away, of how much of a percentage of their average wage it'll be for their water. And we're about middle ground in the future. So it will be affordable, but we have to make sure that we keep getting subsidised by the government. We pay our taxes. Surely we're entitled to something back. Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss. Anyone else? No, I've done that. Look, Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and just once again a huge thank you to the staff for keeping their eye on the ball with this one, all the staff, because I know it's been a huge document, and very much appreciate their expertise and time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Those against? Carried. Thank you. 6.1 is the draft Section 355 Access Committee minutes of Monday the 15th of June 2026. Councillor Kiss. Councillor Horton. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to thank Director Hackett and the staff on the timeliness of getting these draft minutes presented. I had a look and thought we've only just had this meeting, 15th of June, so very well done. Thank you very much. Our Access Committee have expressed some gratitude to the parking inspectors, acknowledging their efforts in going around and monitoring the disabled parking permits. That's been very good to see, because it only takes one bad person or a person that's inconsiderate and parks in a disabled spot. So it's, been very grateful for that. You might have noticed also there's some tactile markers that have been coming up around some of the corners of the streets. That has been acknowledged, and it will be replaced in time with bricks that actually have the tactile markings popped in them. So these things are, we are aware of them. They're in work orders and will be progressed. So it's great to see our Access Committee has been doing work on that. By far our biggest highlight is the mobility map, which is due to be released shortly, Friday. I'm just lip reading here. We, as an Access Committee, have been working on this for well over 3 years. I picked it first out of our minutes back in June of 2023, and we'd certainly talked about before then. So it's over 3 years that we've recognised that we have so many accessible infrastructure and sites and exciting places to be within Cowra, but there was nowhere on the web that actually showed that these were available. So look, this will be great not only for our locals but also for our visitors alike, and anybody that has experienced additional mobility needs will know just how much planning goes into any sort of movement, local or into other areas as well. So that's a huge bonus for us, and we're just ultimately very excited and grateful for the staff for the hours that they've put into this. They've clearly taken it under their wing just as a baby, so been very grateful to them and looking forward to its release on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Horton.
Yeah, just very quickly, just to commend the committee. They're obviously a really engaged and active committee. There's a lot getting done there. I think the mobility map is a terrific thing. So well done to the committee. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Downing.
Just to say thank you to the Access Committee for pushing forward with the Jenny Kerr Park at Woodstock. I know that came up in our discussions with representatives at the Woodstock Village meeting. And so, yeah, thank you for pushing that along, because I think they'll be pleased and they really do need it.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Thank you for the kind comments from my fellow councillors. And yes, we did discuss with the Access Committee that, you know, that Jenny Kerr Park has been named in a few different avenues, but, you know, it's definitely a need, and the more people that are remembering to push it forward, the more likely we are to get it happening in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Passed. Thank you. 6.2 is the development application number 10.2026.50.1, lot 101 DP 1089270, 2089, Darby's Falls Road, continued use of an outdoor recreation facility and equestrian area and future arena lighting, lodged by S.A. McKillop. The property owner is J.S. Bacon and S.A. McKillop. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Downing, thank you. Councillor Fagan.
I'm absolutely delighted to support this. I think this is a really a very interesting DA, and we've had a lot of discussion about it, and I'm pleased that we've had the proponent here this evening to say that she's been discussing this with the Director of Environmental Services, and they've come to quite some significant, well, not significant, but small changes that I think will make it much more easier for both the proponent and the neighbours to live with this development. I do think, it's something that we've never done before, any of us, so I think it's all very new, and it's a really exciting project, but it does have ramifications for the people around it, so we do have to be concerned about them. We've changed, as the proponent has said, the change to the days, the hours, not the days, the hours, the number of competitions that can be held. I was concerned about the camping on the development, because, you know, I do know that horse people like to camp. I think, you know, that this is actually gives both the opposition or the residents and the proponent some safety and guidelines about how they can manage this, because it could become bigger, and I do hope it becomes bigger and they have to come back and plan more things. But at this stage, this is just going to provide the guidelines to make it work for everybody. So thank you very much, and thanks to the Environmental Services Department and for the proponent for coming up with these suggestions.
Thank you, Councillor Downing.
Yes, I was quite happy to vote for this last time as it was, but I would say that the amendments that have been made and the seriousness that the applicant has that the applicant has taken the serious time to address the issues that we discussed in the chamber, as well as the neighbours. So our neighbour notification process is part of how the community can contact us and have a part in these planning decisions, and I think that everything that's been discussed, as Councillor Fagan said, and the amendments that have been made are going to work for this area. And so I'm congratulating both sides for having a look at this, for having their say, and then our staff for working it out with them. I think that this development is in an RU1 development zone, which is the rural zone. I can't think of a better place to put a horse arena. So no, I wish them all the best of luck and with their business going forward. Happy to support.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Horton.
Yeah, just quickly, I wasn't here for the previous meeting, obviously, but certainly from what I've read and from what we heard tonight, it's a really good example of the again, statement of the obvious, but objections don't have to be deal breakers. That we can take an objection, we can look at it, we can address it, and we can find a way around it. So I think, as has been said, the proponents are to be commended for their attitude towards finding a way through and finding compromises, and also to our environmental services team for facilitating that conversation and getting us to this point. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And look, I'm really only echoing what my fellow councillors have said, but I do think that the time that's been spent on this particular DA is deserving of additional mention. So I will, and once again, I will compliment the willingness of the applicant to enter into negotiations with the staff. I don't believe that there was ever any concern about the intent as a whole. I think that we have viewed it from the reading in the chamber as being a very positive business for our community as a whole, and in particular for Derby Falls. It'll put it up on there on the map, I'm sure. But look, it really had come down to saying, look, the applicant had wonderful intentions, and it's all good to say, yes, this is what I intend to do. But I think just for that certainty, to have certain factors written in there so that there is that expectation and an understanding of what the applicant is actually going to do and against what the neighbours are expecting as well. I think that's actually healthy, just to have a healthy rule book that everybody can abide to and have a good understanding of. And again, I just think it's been a fabulous outcome, and I really look forward to seeing how this business goes ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councillor Cave.
And sorry I wasn't here last time as well too. I've really exciting to have this come to Derby Falls and some more people come into the town, and like to see what comes up next.
Thank you. Everyone's spoken, I think, haven't they? They have. Right, a reply, Councillor Fagan.
I'd just like to say there was a lot of involvement in this DA. We had a lot of submissions from a lot of people, and I'd just like to congratulate them because they have been very positive about this, as well as the people who brought up their concerns. So it is good to see that the community is involved in development applications. It's a rare event. Normally everyone runs a mile, but it's great to see that people are actually involved in this, and I congratulate them. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Passed. Thank you. 6.3 is the draft 355 Environmental Sustainability Committee meeting minutes of Monday the 20th of July 2026. Councillor Fagan. Thank you. Councillor Kiss. Thank you. Councillor Fagan.
As you can see, we had this last week, so it's been a rushed effort because the Environmental Sustainability Committee we've been talking about this Smart Agricultural Forum for quite a while, and then as you can see, we have some really involved people in our committee. We have the New South Wales Farmers, and we have quite a few organisations, New South Wales, the local land services. We have some really interesting people who represent their industry very well. So they've been talking about this for a while, and all of a sudden they say we're going to do this in September. So we need to actually have some money. Could we support it? We could apply for a grant, a donation funding, but that would take a long time. We do have a small trust that has been set up for a long time that we use for this money, this sort of activity in this Environmental Sustainability Committee, and we're asking the council to support our to cover the event hire and catering costs at Club Cowra. Probably won't be $1,500, but we decided to cover ourselves. We'd go to $1,500, and it's going to be talk about climate outlook and El Nino forecasting. The members of the committee were very excited about all of this, food security, grain production, and they're expecting about 40 or 50 people to turn up. So it will be quite good, and virtually council is supporting this initiative by funding it, and also by providing the funds for the club and the food. But also we'll put our name in lights, and all these organisations will be supporting them. So that's one of the outcomes of our Environmental Sustainability Committee. The other one is that we have applied for to the Environmental Heritage Trust, which is a federal government, well, federal government organisation, well, it's not actually a government organisation, it's a private organisation that does give out some money occasionally, but the application is very onerous. We filled it in, and it's a 3-year project, but it's also with local land services, land care groups, the local Aboriginal Land Council, schools and community groups, and we have support from all of those. So that's to actually maybe do a weed control and a bushwalk up on the other side of the Bellevue Hill. So we've been working on that for some time. Hopefully we will get the money, but you can't guarantee that either. But we're always looking for opportunities, and we're working with council as well on that. So it's we do need council's expertise to provide the weed control management. And then we've got 2 applications for the small environmental projects, which we'll be deciding next month. We are running a weed awareness month in September, and yes, we're doing lots of things. So I just ask council support to be able to spend that up to that $1,500 at our agriculture, and you're all welcome to come. I'm sure you'll be excited about the Smart Agricultural Forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I would like to congratulate the Environmental Sustainability Committee on their initiative. It is incredibly exciting to hold the Smart Agricultural Forum. I did, just to be fiscally responsible, inquire, as you'd see in the late reports, about any policies that we may have in the delivery of the NRM trust account, and it turns out we don't have policy, and I suppose for me that just means that it fits. Whether we wanted in later term to put in some sort of policy, well, I don't know. Do we even have a need to? I don't know. I think it's a fabulous initiative. I'm pleased that it can just be put straight under the NRM, because as Councillor Fagan said, it saves a lot of time and effort trying to apply from other sources. I would like to ask that it's promoted as far and wide as possible. I think it's a great initiative, and I'd like to see as many people attend as possible. So congratulations once again, and I look forward to attending myself.
Thank you, Councillor Kiss. Anyone else wish to comment? Councillor Downing.
I think I let everyone know that there are the plastic bottle collection, the recycling collection baskets are at Brown Park, and when I was at the Adventure Playground, they're there as well. So they're popping up all over the place. I'm assuming they're at all the parks now, Director?
We've got I may have told you formally, I can't recall, but we've got a grant from the CDS scheme to put these baskets in, a number of baskets that we've tried to put at parks that have got high use. And we're looking at, my personal view is that they don't look really good to be in Kendall Street on the sort of more architecturally designed bin enclosures, but we'll keep trying.
Yep. No, they're noticeable at the parks, so good job.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply. Councillor Fagan.
Not necessary, thank you.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Pass. Thank you. Late reports in your pink folders. There is a councillor information request. That's for any information that was asked for after the papers had been prepared and released to the public. Councillor Kiss, thank you. Councillor Downing, thank you. Councillor Kiss.
I just think that I should have put my hand up for this, because I'm the only one that created this
Yes,
additional work for the staff. But thank you very much for the information. Thank you.
Councillor Downing.
I thought I'd second it because I did this last time and I forgot Councillor Kiss, so making up for that.
Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not necessary, thank
Put the
you.
motion. All those in favour? Pass. Thank you. 8.1, I have a rescission notice on the acquisition of land in Binney Creek Road, Lot 4 DP 720563 of 338. This was phrased wrongly in the original motion, so we've got a rescission motion signed by Councillor Kiss, myself and Councillor Fagan. Would anyone like to speak for that? So I need a mover and a seconder. Councillor Kiss, thank you. Councillor Fagan, thank you. Councillor Kiss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, as you've just mentioned, this is being rescinded on the grounds that the Office of Local Government is of the opinion that there was insufficient information provided to councillors in the original report. That's their decision, so we go along with it. Thank you.
Councillor Fagan? Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Kiss.
Not
I put the
necessary.
motion. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Before I call for urgent motions without notice, I'd like to read the following message that Council received from Mr Edward Kitt, the Deputy Consul General of the British Consulate General in Sydney, who most of you will recall was a popular visitor to Cowra during the 2025 Festival of International Understanding. Ed's message was, "Dear Deputy Mayor Kiss, I was saddened to see the news coming out of Cowra of the alleged arson attack at Cowra High School. As the Deputy High Commissioner and I were lucky to experience firsthand, you came from such a very special and tight-knit community, making this all the more shocking. I'd be most grateful if you could pass on the UK government's very best wishes to the people of Cowra at your next council meeting. I have no doubt the community will come together to support each other at this difficult time. With best wishes, Ed." I thought it was 26, yeah. That was the 26 festival, not the 25 festival. So I'd just like to acknowledge that and we'll thank Ed for his message. Are there any urgent matters of motions without notice? Okay. Confidential matters. Thank you. I'd like to. Al, have we? A motion first. Can I take a motion to have item 10, the confidential general committee recommendation of Monday the 13th of July, 10.1, the Cowra Pistol Club, Yarrabilly, 10.2, the car park at 74 Kendall Street, Cowra. These matters are considered to be confidential under section 10A2DI of the Local Government Act, and Council is satisfied that discussion of these matters in an open meeting would on balance be contrary to the public interest, as they deal with commercial information of a confidential nature that would, if disclosed, prejudice the commercial position of the person who supplied it. And also 11, confidential director corporate services, 11.1, sale of land for unpaid rates. This matter is considered to be confidential under section 10A2B of the Local Government Act, and Council is satisfied that discussion of this matter in an open meeting would on balance be contrary to the public interest, as it deals with discussion in relation to the personal hardship of a resident or ratepayer. And also, number 12, confidential director of infrastructure and operations, acquisition of land, Binney Creek Road, lot 4, DP 720563. The Council is satisfied that, pursuant to section 10A2C of the Local Government Act of 1993, the information to be received, discussed or considered in relation to these agenda items is information that would, if disclosed, confer a commercial advantage on a person with whom the Council is conducting or proposes to conduct business. Can I have a mover for all of that? Councillor Fagan. Councillor Horton, thank you. Councillor Fagan. Councillor Horton.
No, not required, thank you.
Anyone wish to comment?
I would like to add that Councillor Fagan had her hand up right from before you started, so congratulations on being so prompt.
Anyone else wish to comment? Right, a reply, Councillor Fagan. Put the motion, all those in favour? Yes, thank you.